Ever get that feeling like you're spending way too much time on your phone?
Oh, yeah.
Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling.
Like it's taking over your life.
Totally. Like, I actually started thinking, I wish there was an app that could track my doom scrolling, you
Mm-hmm.
know? See how much time I'm actually wasting.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I can relate to that.
But then I thought, wait, what if I could make that app myself? And that's how I found GitHub Spark. Have you heard of this?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing stuff. Like it's changing how we think about making apps.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because Spark says anyone can build an app, even if you've never coded before in your life.
It sounds crazy, right?
Right. But that's the whole thing with Spark. It's all about making app creation accessible to everyone. You don't need to be a tech wizard to bring your ideas to life.
It's kind of like magic. You just tell Spark what you want your app to do using normal, everyday language. No complicated code or anything.
Yeah. So you could say, hey, Spark, make me an app that tracks how long I spend on social media each day.
And then boom, you've got the foundation for your app.
I know. It's wild. It's already got people creating all sorts of cool mini apps. They call them Sparks.
Oh, yeah, there's tons of them.
Like someone made one that summarizes all the top stories from Hacker News.
Oh, that's handy.
Right. So you can just get the highlights without wading through a ton of comments.
I like that. Efficient.
Exactly. And there's another one that's basically an allowance tracker for kids.
Oh, clever.
But it gamifies saving money. So when the kids hit their savings goals, the app gives them these fun little messages.
That's awesome. It's like teaching them good habits in a fun way.
Right. So we're not talking about building the next Facebook or anything here.
No, definitely not.
These are like micro applications.
Mm.
They're meant to do one specific thing really well.
Exactly. That's the whole philosophy behind Spark. Micro apps that solve specific problems. It's all about doing one thing and doing it really well.
So I got to know, how does this describe it in at thing actually work?
So Spark has this thing called a natural language editor.
Okay, what's that?
Imagine like a really smart notepad.
Okay.
You type out what you want your app to do in plain English. So say you want an app that turns your text messages into emojis.
Interesting.
You would type, create an app that replaces words in a text with matching emojis.
Okay, I'm following.
Spark takes that instruction and starts building the basic framework of the app for you. It's like it understands what you're saying and starts translating it into app language.
So you really don't need to know any coding at all.
Nope, not a single line. That's the beauty of it.
Sure.
It handles all the technical stuff behind the scenes.
Like what kind of technical stuff? What's going on back there?
Well, every app needs a place to live online, right?
Oh.
It's like a virtual apartment building, but for apps. And those buildings are called servers. Setting up and managing servers, that's where things can get really complicated.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine.
But with Spark, you don't have to worry about any of that. It provides the servers, it makes sure everything runs smoothly. You just focus on what your app looks like and what it does.
Okay, that makes sense. So let's say I've built this amazing app. Where do I actually use it?
Great question. So Spark creates a special dashboard for you. It's PWA enabled, which is just a fancy way of saying you can access your app through any web browser.
So I don't have to download it from an app store or anything?
Exactly. No app store needed. You can open it on your phone, your laptop, your tablet, anything with a web browser.
It's like a central hub for all the apps you've created.
Exactly. It's super convenient.
I love that. So you're not just limited to using your apps on one device.
Nope. It's all about flexibility.
And this is where things get even cooler because you can actually collaborate with other people on Spark.
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's a whole community. It's all about sharing and building on each other's ideas.
Kind of like that open source movement.
Exactly. You can share your Spark, give other people permission to mess with it, make changes, even build new features.
So it's not just about creating your own apps. It's about contributing to this whole ecosystem.
Exactly. The power of the community, right? A bunch of people all working together can achieve amazing things.
It makes you wonder, what's going to happen to the app landscape as more and more people start creating their own tools?
Right. It's exciting to think about. What if everyone becomes a prosumer? They make the technology they use, they don't just consume it.
Yeah, that's a powerful idea.
It could lead to this incredibly diverse and personalized app ecosystem. It could empower people to solve problems in their own communities, the kind of problems that big tech companies might not even notice.
This feels like the start of something big.
Absolutely. It's just the beginning. And AI is developing so rapidly, who knows what the future holds. 5 years from now, Spark might look like a dinosaur compared to what's out there.
It's kind of mind-blowing, isn't it?
It is. It's like we're standing at the edge of this uncharted territory. We're writing the rules as we go.
I love that. So to all our listeners out there, I have a question for you. What kind of app would you create with Spark? If you could solve one problem, big or small, what would it be? How would you make your life or your community's life a little bit better with an app? Think about it.
Because Spark is giving you the power to do that. It's putting the control in your hands. The real question is, what will you do with that power?